you've been following the transits for a long time, you'll notice it's the summertime. A lot of things go retrograde because really the summer is a time to slow down. It's not a coincidence that that's when like school break happens during the summer because it's really about not doing a whole lot. And it the planets are directing us to that and really helping us be supported by slowing down.
One, two, three.
Welcome, Cosmic Explorers, to the Human Design and Astro Club podcast, your celestial compass to self-discovery and personal empowerment. We are going to take you on a cosmic journey where we dive deep into the fascinating realms of human design, astrology, and tarot, where we will unravel the cosmic codes that shape your personalities, relationships, and destinies. Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the Human Design and Astro Club podcast. And this is the podcast you've been waiting for. I just like, it's like I want there to be something happen right after for me in person as we're recording this, but it's impossible. I was not gonna do my thing. I'm not, and I say that every time. You guys are like, this chick. Anywho, hello everybody. Welcome back. It's crazy like that we do these monthly episodes now than we used to do weekly because it's like it feels like 5 years have passed by the time we move to the
It's
next
like
month.
summer now. We're in June.
We're in June. I cannot believe it. And summer goes by so fast. We're gonna say we're in June, and then we're gonna be like, it's fall.
Mm-hmm.
It just flies by. I don't know. Time. I don't. They say like when you're a kid that like you can't really everything feels slower with time, and like when you're adult it feels faster, but also then there's that whole thing like that time is speeding up right now just in general. I don't know. Do you know?
It just is. Well, what are we saying? Like time is an illusion anyways. It's just what it is. If you're out doing stuff, I feel like when we're focusing on like time, when you're waiting for the clock to tick, you're waiting for something to happen, it goes super slow. But when you're like off playing or off doing something, then it's like speeds right by. You're like, oh my gosh, I wish I had more time.
Yeah. It depends on the situation. Circumstantial. But anywho, welcome to June. My name is Krystle, if you don't know who I am. And if you've been here, welcome back. We're so happy to have you. And again, if you're new here, we're also happy to have you. We are a bunch of weirdos, and we collect a bunch of weirdos on this podcast to share how to be successful for the month of this time, June. And we're going to walk through the transits. As you have seen by the title of this, this is called A Look Ahead June Transits. So we walk through human design, astrology, and tarot, and the thread that runs through. And we're going to walk through each of the programs. So let me give you a little introduction on myself, and then we'll kind of do a little breakdown of what we're going to be talking about today. So, as I said, my name is Krystle, and I do human design. I also combine human design and astrology. I have been in my human design experiment for 7 years now, and it's been a ride. Human design changed my life. I used to be quite honest, hate myself because, conditioning. We're not going to get into my childhood. I'll be like, and sit down for 5 hours and I'm going to tell you my entire life story because I'm an open throat. But before human design, I actually worked at the Kabbalah Center for 3.5 years. It actually found me accidentally, maybe you know the story. And before that, I used to do hair and makeup for 13 years. And I feel like I've kind of went from working on and helping people on the outside with their outer beauty, and now I'm helping people work on their inner beauty on the inside. And I feel like the biggest thing that I bring is change. And not like, I know that that's so like simple, but for people that are looking for personal self-growth, whether that be to move forward with their career, to have more fulfilling relationships. It's all there in your human design chart. And I can show you the steps to get back to self love. I am a vessel of love. So I'm a 1-3 sacral generator. I'm a rising Capricorn, a Sagittarius sun, and an Aries moon. And Leah, you can take the mic.
Thanks. My name is Leah. I am a 2/4 splenic projector, and I do the tarot portion of the podcast, which is super exciting because I found tarot I was thinking about this yesterday, maybe like 8 or 9 years ago, something like that. I went through kind of like a breakup with a friend, and I went through like this huge deep dive into personal growth, and the spiritual world kind of presented itself to me. And I started using oracle cards and affirmation cards and tarot just to kind of like help me get through all of that because as soon as I was like pulling cards, it was like kind of guiding me through that. I found human design 3.5 years ish ago and started using my chart to understand myself and then because I'm a projector help other people. And I think that was something that I knew that I was capable of doing. A lot of my chart is about the other, and I help guide people in their lives and help guide them toward their own version of success. And I do a lot of the back end work on our website and all of the tech stuff in the background, which to me was surprising that I even knew how to do any of that stuff. I kind of was like
Seriously.
self-taught. So that's all been kind of fun to like learn all the different programs and all of that stuff and help us with our guidebooks and all of the stuff that we do. And what else? I don't know if I have anything else. My divine third is like, I'm done talking
Did you
now.
say, did you say your,
Oh, my signs.
yeah,
So I'm an Aquarius sun, a Taurus moon, and a Libra rising.
you said you're a 2-4 splenic
I did.
projector? Okay.
Yeah,
I
I said
wouldn't
that
know.
one.
Okay.
So,
Things are a little jumbled.
spaced them out.
It's a little
I
early
know.
for us over here, guys. And it's raining where we are both are. We're not in the
Yeah.
same place. Leah's in Maine. I'm in North Carolina. If you're interested in knowing where we live, I don't know if we've ever shared that.
Yeah.
Um, but welcome. We've been doing this for about 3 years,
I think so.
around that. Almost 3 years might be September. I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'm like, what day is it? I don't even know. But somewhere around 3 years, we've been doing this, and we found each other on the internet, as people these days tend to do. And Leah got some human design readings from me, and then we connected. She did tarot, and we, I don't know, so it just we're on each other's fractal, okay? And
Mhm.
that's kind of also what we teach is how to find your fractal family.
Yeah.
And for many of you guys, you're on our fractal too if you found us. So what is a look ahead? So let's talk about that for a moment. So we are definitely one of the only human design podcasts that not only talk about human design, we also have educational episodes that are scattered throughout. You can check that out. We did start out as a podcast. So you can, wherever podcasts are streamed, you can check us out there. But we are trying to amp up, I'll tell you, we are trying to amp up our YouTube channel. We're really trying to progress towards YouTube. So if you're not on YouTube and you're listening to us on the podcast, jump on over to YouTube so you can see our faces. If you're on YouTube, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers and we're going to do a giveaway. So help us get there. We would love for you to do that so that we can provide more educational episodes to you guys once we do. So, like I said, we're one of the only human design podcasts that do human design, astrology, and tarot. And this is really practical systems to help you in your everyday life. That's basically what we do. And it's like, where do you find yourself feeling resistance in your life? We can help you move through that. So, the look ahead episodes look through the portal for the future for the month. And we're going to discuss the transits through the human design, astrology, and tarot. But if you enjoy human design, again, we not only have educational episodes, but one thing I forgot, we also have interview episodes. So go check those out as well. And we have a few new series also on just exclusive for YouTube. So definitely check us out over there as well if you're not there already from what I just said. And I feel like I'm continuing to repeat myself, so I apologize. Um, but so we're going to dive into the programs in just a moment. So the programs are related to human design. Actually, we're going to do one thing before that. We're going to go on a journey. But since I'm talking about the programs, let me finish that train of thought for a second. Um, but the program episodes, we're walking through the Sun and Earth gates in human design. They're a coupling pair, and they basically tell us what episode we are tuning into this week. Okay. I also do quick energy updates over on my Instagram. I am Journey Through HD. Leah is the splenic projector, and together, collectively, we are Human Design Astro Club, where we share everything that we do on one page. But I share some deep stuff in my stories. If you want to check some stuff out over there, we're both sharing how human design impacts us in real life on our personal pages. And so the programs, we're going to walk through each week what that energy is for the week. And we're just going to talk about the energy. If you want to know the exact gates or channels or anything in depth, I highly recommend getting on our cosmic forecast, which is going to be through our email list. You can click the show notes down below and get on the cosmic forecast. We also talk deeper about the new moon and the full moons. We give a lot of extra education on those. So definitely check that out. And then Leah's going to pull tarot at the end for the human design types. But now we're going to go on a little bit of a journey. Okay. It's kind of like a meditation activation through the astrology for the month. And there seems to be something that's revealed through this, and we call it a journey because I'm gonna take you guys a little bit on a ride. So let's clear this energy. I definitely need to clear it. I feel like I'm still sleeping, but it's okay. We're here. Everybody needs a little abundance. I'm gonna give you guys some abundance. Right now I'm spraying. This is actually my mentor makes these. She's Markets Environment, and this one's called Abundance. I'm not sure if she sells them online or not, but they definitely work. So I want everybody to get into a comfortable position. If you're driving, you might want to skip this part, but I'll tell you, you could just listen. It might just like help you like get in the zone for when we dive into the program. I'm trying to help everybody get back into the body right now. Or you can listen to this on your own time. I recommend in the morning or in the evening before you go to bed. Something's going to be revealed for you. When you're driving, it may or may not be correct. Just whatever you do, obviously, if you're driving, don't close your eyes. Okay. So, but if you are still, okay, not in motion, you can go ahead and close your eyes. You can lie down, get into a comfortable position, and get ready to receive. So, if we remember, we were on a hot air balloon in our last episode, and you can also go check that out if you would like. There's a great meditation over there as well. But so we're going to start back in the air, okay? So we're still on that hot air balloon. And if you could remember what the colors were of the air balloon, maybe they've changed at this point. Maybe it's even changed into a different shape. Maybe there's somebody with you in this hot air balloon. Maybe there's birds in the sky. Maybe it's a cloudy day. Maybe it's a sunny day. Really, right now, I'm going to invite you to look out at your environment. And what do you see? Because this is going to set the tone for your month and where you're really moving towards and what you're releasing. Because right now we are in Gemini, and Gemini is an air sign. Okay. And Gemini wants you to intellectualize your feelings and your emotions. But this is going to be actually a time to connect to the body. Okay. What are you really thinking about? What are your thought patterns? Okay, Gemini is here to help you express. What if you were to hold for a moment, hold this thought. If there's one message coming to you right now, I want you to take a moment and pause. We're going to pause for a moment and ask your higher self, what message do you need to reveal to become the best version of you for this month? So take that moment. Okay, so you've gotten your message, your higher self has spoken to you. And now I want you, since you're up in the air, I want you to look down. And down below is actually a sea of water because we are entering into Cancer season. So we have to go into the water, right? So what's actually going to happen is your air balloon is going to start to go down, 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 down. And there's actually a boat right below you. And so that air balloon, that hot air balloon is going to land right on the boat. And so what I want you to look as your hot air balloon is landing, what kind of boat are you on? Are you on a big cruise ship? Are you on a little raft? Are you on some like weird rickety planks that you're like, this isn't stable. I don't know where this is going to take me, because that's the journey that you're going to be moving towards through the month of June. And so you're going to want to create some sort of safety because we're moving into Cancer season, baby. Okay? And Cancer is all about safety. Cancer is the nurturer, okay? If you think of the little crab shell, it just wants to feel safe in its little home. So it's time to create that space on this boat. So imagine what boat is going to get you to the safe shore, okay? So take a moment and imagine the boat that you're landing on. Is there anybody else with you? Is there anybody on this ship, this boat, these planks? Who's with you? Or maybe you're alone. That's fine too. But whoever's with you is going to help you through this month to reach the success that you seek. So take a moment and imagine what this boat looks like and if there's anybody with you. And if there is anybody with you, do they have a message for you? So take a moment to go through that experience. Okay, so you're on the boat now. You're either with your people or you're alone. There also might be a captain of the ship. And the question is, are you the captain of the ship or do you have somebody else steering the ship for you? Because I want you to either direct yourself or direct the captain to go in the direction that is going to be the most fulfilling, the most satisfying, the most peaceful, the most successful, and the biggest surprise of your life. And you're going to direct that ship in this new brand direction. Again, at your core, you're looking to be nourished and nurtured. So, what direction do you want to go to feel fulfilled in that way? Okay. So, look ahead, speak to self or speak to the captain and direct them on where you actually want to go for this month. Take a moment to do that. Okay. So now you know the direction you're going in, and you're going to start heading towards it. And so you're going to look out into the sea, and there's some sort of shore that you're reaching. And so the question is, what's on that shore? Is it a house? Is it just land? Are there trees? Maybe there's some palm trees. This is all going to help you really kind of figure out what tools do you need to be successful for your month, and how do you want it to be? How do you want to imagine it? And so you're going to create this whole new landscape right now, and you're going to direct the boat towards that brand new landscape, because that is going to be the place that you're going to end up at the end of the month. So the boat's now moving. Really look at what it is that you want to really create, what it is you want to manifest, what it is you want to generate, if maybe you're a generator, what it is you want to really be recognized for. And now you're going to dock your ship. You're going to get off, and you're going to look at your feet down below, and you're going to start walking. Okay? And there's some sort of mystical, mysterious present that's the key to the success for your month of June. And so you're going to look around, and something is going to pop out. Something is going to reveal itself to you. And maybe it's a message, maybe it's a word, maybe it's a symbol, maybe it's a person, maybe it's an animal. There's some sort of symbol that's now where you just docked your boat, and you're going to walk towards it, and you're going to either pick it up and you're going to speak to it. So take a moment to find that gift that is going to help you be successful for the month. Okay. So now you have the gift, okay? And now you're going to hold it, or you're going to hug if it's a person, you're going to hug them, and you're going to connect to your heart. Cancer really wants you to feel like your whole version of self. Really wants you to feel safe. This is also a cardinal water sign. So there's a lot of leadership energy that needs to come forward. So I want you to embrace that. And as you're embracing that energy, you're going to take 3 deep inhales in, and then you're going to open your eyes. Okay. So embrace it. 1, 2, 3. Again. And one last time, and you're going to hold it up at the top. And then release. And now open your eyes. Where did you go, Leah?
I landed in a canoe.
You landed in a canoe. Okay.
When you were like a rickety piece of wood, and I was like, well, it's not a rickety piece of wood, but it is a canoe.
Canoe could get you somewhere. It maybe it could have been I would have chosen a cruise ship, but
I mean, a cruise ship would have been nice, but thanks, mind.
I mean, that's and that's the thing, is it's not necessarily what you want it to be, right? It's what it needs to be. For you, it needed to a canoe is sturdy. It's practical. It'll get you from A to B, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as there's not a hole in the boat.
There was a hole.
Yeah.
Nope.
Maybe for some of you guys there was a hole. And that there's that, I would deem that as some sort of energy leak. If that's and that's why it's like, this is really tapping into your unconscious, these journeys. And so it's whatever needs to be revealed to you. It's not what you want it to be.
Right.
So it's important to recognize that. I hope that you all had some sort of aha moment in that. What was your key at the end?
A coin.
Coin.
Hmm.
Prosperity.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Success.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm excited to see what happens with that.
I am too.
Interesting. Okay. So let's dive into our next segment, the
Mhm.
program. Okay. And so, as I said, we're going to walk through the sun and the earth gate. So, how this goes is every time I call out a new focus, I'm referring to the sun gate. Okay. And every time I say this is going to be grounding and supporting you, I'm talking about the earth gate. Okay. And so, we're really going to be speaking to the energy. And if you really want the depth, okay, then join us on our email list for the cosmic forecast. We usually drop them right around the time of these episodes come out. And then also join us over on Instagram for some quick energy updates. So we're going to start on June 1st, obviously. And so this is a new focus on progress and our voice. So as we're moving through Gemini into Cancer, right? So it's time to express your feelings this week. Take a look back on this last month and how it has made you feel. What experiences have come up for you? And what's going to help ground and support that energy are your routines, are your rhythms, okay? And your nature. And maybe a great time as summer is beginning. This energy always comes in at the beginning of summer, okay? And if you've been following us for the last few years, you'll notice the themes as we walk through as we're just repeating things over and over and over again. And that's kind of what this energy is about. But it might be about for you creating a new schedule, a new day-to-day schedule on how you want your summer to go. So this would be a good week to really organize yourself, really see how you want to maybe plan your summer. Do that this week. And then on June 7th, we move into a new program. And this is a focus also on our voices and how you can direct your resources. Who do you deem worthy of your goods? Okay. And what's going to help ground and support you is your heart. And this is a great energy for entrepreneurs. Okay. And how you want to sell the resources and how you want to direct them. And so this could also be a time of asking how you want to be of influence or of service. It doesn't necessarily, and we're not just speaking to entrepreneurs or business owners, that is definitely the energy in this week. So if you are one, jump in, okay? Because this energy is going to be here to support you. But if not, then how can you be of service to your people? Okay. It doesn't necessarily have to be business related, but this is a great week if you are to put out an offer or maybe highlight an offer that you already have existing. Okay. And do that this week. And then on June 12th, we get a new program. And so this is a new focus also on our expression. Okay. But this one deems a bit of caution. Okay. Who do you feel open to expressing to this week and who do you not? I always watch social media whenever this energy comes in because a lot of people go dark during this time. And if you feel like, oh, I have no energy to show up to speak, or you don't feel like responding to that text message, that's okay. Or you might be the complete opposite and be chatty Cathy that week. Okay. It's really going to depend on your mood. So you'll notice either a desire to be open or closed and pay attention to that and see what's really coming up for you during this week. And so what's going to ground and support you with that is your mind and your ideas. What ideas are stimulating your self-expression this week? Okay. And then on June 18th, we're going to get a new program. And so this is a new focus on our hearts in regards to our love and flow of life. Okay. And this is also going to be energy for the summer solstice. Okay. So, what changes are occurring in your environment this week? Do you find from the beginning of the summer where you were looking at your routines that now your rhythms have changed a bit? Take note of that. And then what's going to help ground and support you in that is more love. Okay. More heart. And this is about a love that is directed to the self, the love of self. How much can you dive into the depths of you this week? How much can you create life, the life that you actually wish to live this week? Really embrace the heart energy. Go into where you've maybe feel a little stuckness, a little resistance of self, and really open that up if you can. And if you can't, then that's okay too. Be where you are. And so, June 24th, we get a new program. And this is a new focus on the pressure to find stillness. We all need it. Okay. It's time to slow down and to reassess. Great week to reassess, June 24th. And so, what's going to help ground and support you in that is your joy. Sometimes we're moving too fast to be even able to spot where the joy is. And so this might feel like the pressure to perfect, also to fix, to improve, to change. And it will be about coming back to that stillness in order to find the joy of life. Okay. So then on June 30th, this is going to be the last program, obviously, because we're at the end of the month for the month of June. And so this is going to be a new focus on some more pressure. Okay. We're starting to pick up some pressure here, or push into some pressure here. And so this is a pressure it's a cyclical pressure. Okay. An emotional pressure to push others to feel. It's very provoking. Okay. Or you might be getting pushed, or you might be the one pushing others to feel. Okay. There's a lot of poking back and forth with this energy. And this is to liberate yourself from the obstacles that stand in your way. That is the whole point. And so what's going to ground and support you in that is the mirror of that. And the mirror of that is tenacity, the ability to find and really move towards what you actually believe in. Lots of opportunity to move through some challenges. Okay. So see what comes up for you at the end of the month. Hi there, Krystle here, and I wanted to tell you about a few opportunities to dive deeper into human design outside of the podcast. So you can head over to humandesignastro.com, click on the product section, and you'll find all of these free and paid offers that we're going to talk about right now, or head to the show notes down below. So our first one is going to be our affirmations guide for the open, undefined centers. We also have tips and tricks to understanding your strategy and authority. And we also have a crash course to understanding the transits and planets, probably one of our most popular ones. So these are all free that you can pick up at humandesignastro.com. Now let's talk about some of our paid offers. So our biggest one is going to be our Color Code Variables Intensive, which is a 5-week journey through the 4 radical transformations that we run twice a year in the fall and also the spring. So we will be opening up a waitlist very soon for the fall. So you can head to the show notes down below or go to humandesignastro.com to check in and see if our waitlist is available. And then we also have, if you're not quite ready for the variable intensive, we also have determination, cognition, and environment, which we created a la carte classes and also bundles that you can pick up, and you can learn your own individual, unique determination, cognition, or environment. And they are audios and guidebooks. And then we also have our Fractal Family Framework appetizer. So the full Fractal Family Framework comes free with color code, but you can pick up the more condensed version for only $11 if you're looking to find more aligned clients or find more reciprocity in your relationships and connect to more people that are like-minded like you can pick up the Fractal Family Framework Appetizer. And then we also have your user manual to your true self, and you can learn the language of human design, like what the centers actually mean. We have a lot of images and graphics on where everything is located. We even have what is the magnetic monopole. Comes with a free guide to understanding the solar plexus as an emotional or non-emotional. And then we also have, if you're looking to book a reading with me, you can go check out what my readings are at humandesignastro.com. And then you can email me waitlist at hello@humandesignastro.com and get on my waitlist, and I will email you my openings when I am available. So this is everything that you can find at humandesignastro.com. So head over there now, check out the product section, and pick up one of these amazing offers. Now let's go ahead over back to the show. And now we're going to move into our next segment called Mark Your Calendars. Okay. So we're going to talk about the new moon and the full moon for the month of June, and then some other key dates that you'll want to mark down. So if you have a pen and paper, or if you haven't had one yet, now's the time. Probably would have had it the entire time, but if not, grab them now. Okay. So June 6th, new moon, Gemini. Okay. So this is an opportunity to plant your seeds for the next 6 months and focus on how you want to express those desires. Okay. A great time to do a ritual and connect to your voice and your feelings. What new cycles do you wish to experience? And maybe also a beautiful day to connect to your heart and the love from within. Will you share more? And we'll share more on this in the cosmic forecast, as I've been saying. So definitely hop on. And so June 20th, going all the way there, Cancer season. We start, okay, officially June 20th, which is also, mark your calendars for the same day, the summer solstice. Okay. So I always invite people during any solstice or equinox. This is all heart energy. Okay. I just want to preface that every time. It's just different parts of our heart being activated. And so this is a beautiful time during the solstice to do a ritual. As I was saying, there's also connects to the love of self. So it might be a time to embrace who you are. Okay. And then on June 21st, we get full moon Capricorn. And so this is a time to look back on how you've kind of like create what you've created for the last 6 months. And so this is going to be a pressure. Okay. Like Capricorn is dense, heavy earth. Okay. And so circumstances that you have felt that have been limiting you, they might come up during this full moon. And full moons are about completion and releases. Okay. So see what's coming to the surface during this full moon that you've been feeling like has been blocking you. And it's time to acknowledge that and let it go. So this is an opportunity during this full moon to remove any roadblocks that have been standing in your way. Okay. And again, we'll talk more in the cosmic forecast. And then June 29th, Saturn goes retrograde in Pisces. Okay. So if you've been following the transits for a long time, you'll notice it's the summertime. A lot of things go retrograde because really the summer is a time to slow down. It's not a coincidence that that's when like school break happens during the summer, because it's really about not doing a whole lot. And the planets are directing us to that and really helping us be supported by slowing down. So this is going to be a time to slow down, and you're going to look at a lot of your challenges, as you can see towards the end of the month between the full moon and then Saturn going retrograde, that there's going to be feelings of limitation and might not be the best time. You do you, okay? And maybe in your chart you have some, really aligned things happening for you to take action. But I would just say towards the end of the month might be a time to not take action. Might be a time to rest, might be an invitation to rest. Okay. All the non-sacrals are like, thank God. So maybe I would say make some more plans towards the beginning of June. And then if you could kind of like be a little bit of a homebody, I mean, Cancer season, right? It's all coming together there. Slow down at the end of the month, and then maybe you pick back up in July for a little bit. But that's just my thoughts. Okay. You do you. All right, that's all I got.
Okay, I can't wait to listen to that again and again and again because it's always helpful to like get through, especially with like the kids being home and everything. Like we know that there's going to be some things that happen through the transits, and well, when you know there's things that you can be supported by knowing what's happening through the transits, then you can kind of like have a little more grace with yourself and with others, so you're not like totally having a freak out fest, which we probably
Yeah. I think
still do
that's
anyway.
yeah, because mentally, like, so here's the thing. The transits are either going to give you a roadmap to
Hmm.
either move forward. They're like, all you got thrown the baton and it's time to take some aligned action. Here's a great time to move because we don't really know unless we're truly super tapped in, which I would say majority of the collective are not, let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's why I love the transits because it's like maybe you are feeling super connected or feeling disconnected and the transits are like, "Hey, I know you're feeling a lot of blocks. There's a lot of environmental things happening right now that's showing like, hey, why is the world so crazy?" And the transits just give an explanation to that. And it kind of like lets you soften into what is happening in the moment. And also a little bit of a roadmap to plan for the future, but also, you know what they say when you plan, what is it that God laughs at you or something? What is that saying?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember. Okay. I totally just butchered that. But you know, you do you. Sometimes I'll look at the transits. We use the transits for business.
Hmm.
Great thing, a great tool.
Yep.
I look at the transits as a tool to use for business because I would not be putting anything out at the end of June as an entrepreneur right
Yeah.
now. Um, you're going to probably face some resistance. And life is hard enough. And
Yeah,
so
exactly.
when the transits are like, hey, the opportunity here is to actually slow down. All right,
Hmm.
I'm gonna take that advice. It's really like a weather report.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so they're like, it's gonna be raining a lot, Cancer season, right? Water. It's gonna be raining a lot at the end of the month. You might want to like go inside. So use it for what works for you, make it your own, and let's see what the tarot has to say for
Yeah.
us for all the types.
Okay, so I'll start at the beginning and with the manifestors. And if you're on YouTube, you'll see that I'm sharing the picture of the card as I talk about it, if you want to see it. So, manifestors, I pulled the Page of Wands, and this represents creativity and community and enthusiasm and confidence. As you can see on this card, he's sort of like looking up and he's saying, my chin's up, I'm confident, I have courage. Um, and he's definitely showing you as a manifester how you can be more courageous and more confident. And maybe you're lacking in that a little bit lately. So, this could be a time for you to practice being confident with yourself, confident with your voice, as strong as that is. And it could mean also that there's an opening that might excite you. Maybe there's some new opportunity that has been kind of in the background or something that you just want to initiate yourself. And if that chance appears, he's saying to go for it. He's saying, and obviously follow the transits and whatever that feels right for you. But maybe this could be an opportunity for you to create something new, a new partnership, a new bond, a new project. Something right now could be like a spark of, I'm going to put the card a little bit closer. You see these little leaves on the pole on the wand. That's like the little new growth. Something new is starting to come somewhere in your world. And this is asking you to be open to those opportunities and to communicate with others, making sure that you let others know what you're doing, let them know what you're up to, and if you need support, or just if you just need to be heard for other people to, support you. I think this could be a really big time for you to inspire others just by being you. I think that could be a really June could be a really good month for you to like start something new and to also practice with communicating and letting others know what you're up to. Let's see. For the manifesting generators, I pulled the Five of Cups. And on this card, you see that this person is sort of looking down toward the ground, toward these three cups that are laying kind of spilled over onto the ground. These are things that haven't worked. These are things that aren't working. Maybe you started something and it just you didn't follow through, or maybe there was something that you just kind of moved on from. It could be a stale energy that you're feeling. And for whatever reason, those things have come to an end. And the two cups in the background, you just allow yourself to be open to new opportunities and don't focus so much on the things that weren't working and allow yourself to be open to new opportunity. This is also a sign that, things are ending, but that when you release the things that aren't working, it allows space for new stuff to come in. And noticing that when you're focusing on lack or grief or whatever that might feel, allow yourself to be in that space, obviously, like don't force yourself through that. And also to look for something new, some new opportunity that might be coming through. And getting into like shifting your mindset a little bit of like, if you're feeling stuck, do that inner work, do the healing, and allow yourself to be in that space. And then also allow yourself to be open to new opportunities. So that could be pretty big for you this month. Next, we have the generators, and I pulled the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is all about intelligence and reason and justice and truth and clarity. The swords are very, my camera, there we go. The swords are very action oriented, and they show you that there is some sort of thing that is becoming clearer to you, some sort of understanding that maybe has been a little foggy in the past. And now you're seeing the seeds that you've planted in the past, which ones are worth putting the energy into and which ones are not worth putting your energy into. You think of like gardening. You put your seeds in your garden and you're watering them, and someone else has seeds in their garden. Are you watering their stuff or are you watering your own stuff? And what's coming to life? What is blooming? What's blossoming? And are you putting the attention into the things that are bringing you joy and happiness and lighting you up? Or are you trying to make all the other things like pulling the weeds and all of the stuff that really isn't worth putting your energy into? So look around you this month and see what kind of new sprouts are starting to appear and see if those things are exciting to you, or see, like ask your sacral, is this a yes or a no? And continue to work to nurture those things that really light you up. This could also be some kind of hurdle that is coming up for you, and a reminder to face it with courage and truth and justice and reason, and allowing yourself to see both sides of that, because it could be an opportunity for you to be really honest with yourself to overcome whatever obstacle that might be. For the projectors, I pulled the Fool. And the Fool is about new beginnings. It's the first card of the major arcana, but it's sort of set apart from the other cards. And he doesn't really follow the rules. He's like the jester. He's the unpredictable, and he's full of surprises. He always has some sort of thing up his sleeve. He's got like a flower. He's got a little satchel where and he's just like always got something, just like you never know what he's going to do, what adventure he's going to go on next. And you don't really know what surprise is going to come the next day or something. So he reminds us that life itself is unpredictable and full of surprises. And every moment there is potential. There's potential for something new. There's potential to meet someone or to have a new position or to create something and to guide people. And always use those moments to tap into your authority and what that feels like for you. And whether or not it's a new adventure, like personal growth, it could be education, it could be work, relationship, any of those things. Literally, whatever you feel like this applies to in your life, to keep your faith in yourself and trust in your natural responses to life. And no matter how crazy or silly that might seem, that you should still trust in your authority and how it's there to guide you. So projectors, I feel like this could be a good month for you to kind of understand what your authority does and what it feels like and how it's guiding you to make decisions, to follow whatever decision it is that you need to make this month. And lastly, for the reflectors, I have the moon, which I was like, of course, it's the moon because it's reflectors.
Yeah.
So the
The
moon
perfect
card
card.
shows it is the perfect card. Yeah. So the moon shows us how it feels to be in unfamiliar territory. The moon card in tarot is like an illusion. It shows you it's when you're in life and you're in a room or something like that, and you are familiar with your surroundings, you're familiar with everything that is around you, your routines, your things that you have around you on your desk, or the people who are in your house. But when you turn the lights off, it feels scary because you can't see anything, but you still know that you're in a familiar place. That's kind of how it is when you're in like that not self place where you don't feel safe when the lights are off, but really you are protected, you are safe, and you have a lot of familiar things around you. And when your eyes adjust to the darkness, and not necessarily for a long period of time, but like, the moon, that we have night every single day, the moon comes up and helps us. Sometimes it shines brighter than other times because of wherever it's placed in the sky. But most of our lives, we live in a place of security and we live in a place of normalcy for our own selves. And from time to time, we might peek out and behind that curtain of safety, I guess. And you might think, nope, I'm not going to go out there and do that. But this could be a time for you to kind of just see what's behind the curtain. Maybe it's not as scary as you think. Maybe that dark room is not as scary as you think because it is familiar. And life might throw you a curveball and turn the light off for a second. And you have the ability to look around you and see, okay, I can feel what's around me and I know this is safe. I know I'm okay. How can I move through this situation, even if it's unexpected, and work through those fears, work through the worries, work through the blocks and whatever it is that might be coming up for you, and trust that you'll always find your way back to your truest self. And even in the darkest times, sometimes the light of the moon can illuminate your path back to your truth and back to what you need in your life right now. Yeah, that's what I got for everything.
Wonderful. And I also
Yeah.
think the moon card being pulled during Cancer season
Yeah.
also great.
And there's a little like I think he's a crawfish in this deck,
Yeah.
but there is, the creature sort of like the crab.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So a great time to go within this month.
Hmm.
And if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube, give us a big thumbs up, give us a little rating over on Apple Podcasts or Spotify as well.
Hmm.
And thank you so much for joining us for a look ahead June transits. And as I
Yeah.
like to say a lot of times on Instagram, may the stars ever be in your favor. And we'll see you over on the next one.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for tuning into today's episode of our podcast on the Human Design and Astro Club. We hope you have found the information insightful and useful. If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving us a review and sharing it with your friends and family. We love to hear from our listeners, so feel free to reach out to us with any feedback, questions, or suggestions for future episodes. Until next time, thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.